Are you hosting a webinar soon? I have helped so many of our agency clients to create and host webinars that have given amazing results. And today, I want to share with you 5 insider secrets on how to host your own webinar without any pain and intimidation and get amazing results like I usually do. The first insider secret is for you to learn and digest their pain points. If you want to host a successful and profitable webinar, you have to know what your audience pain points are. It is not enough for you to understand the solution that you provide as a coach or a course creator. You have to understand that the people that you want to talk to during this webinar are there for specific reasons. You're going to be spending like an hour or an hour and a half on this webinar. Time is money. A lot of those people are leaving important things behind to come and listen to you on your webinar. And they are on your webinar for a reason, and that reason is to see if you have a solution to their problems. So what are your audience's pain points? When you are creating resources that will get people registered for this webinar, you want to ensure that you shine through these resources the fact that you understand their pain points. You identify this pain point and show them that you acknowledge those pain points and you have a way to get them out of those pain points. Basically, that is what you need to do to get them to attend your webinar. Some of the ways that you can, learn and digest your audience pain points are: first, research your audience. You want to find out what makes them tick. You want to find out exactly what brought them to the level where they are right now. Researching your audience is what will help you understand what is the most relevant thing to them. The second thing in researching your audience is to engage with them. You want to go and look for them where they are, probably on social media. Look at the kind of content that they post themselves. When people engage with their content, what kind of people engage with them? That gives you an insight into their relationships and who they are relating with. You want to look at how they are engaging with other people's posts also. Who are the kind of people that they engage with? Who are the kind of mentors, coaches, trainers? What community do they belong to? Go and look at what they are posting. You can't do this for everybody in your audience. The way to do this will be for you to identify, a number of people that looks like your ideal clients, and then, stalk them. You want to see everything, follow their digital footprint. So that is what you want to do. You want to follow their digital footprint to see exactly what they are doing, to get insight into the kind of person that they are. And at the end of the day, don't forget to analyze the data you get from this detective activity that you have been doing about your ideal clients. Analyze the data. Data is life. Data is very important. Data is what gets you the results that you desire. So please always take your data very, very important. If you're someone who is an action taker and you will really like to host your next successful and profitable webinar, I have a webinar guide, a free webinar guide for you that will hold you by the hand and show you exactly what you need to do. All the steps I am explaining in this video, you will see more action points and exactly how to go about it. Click the link in the description box below to opt in for this free guide. Insider secret number 2. Choose a relevant and engaging topic that speaks directly to your audience pain points. It is very important that on the live webinar, you are speaking directly to just one person. You might have thousands of people on that webinar, but you need to ensure that your topic speaks directly to one person. To choose a clear and engaging topic for your webinar, the first thing you need to do is identify your audience pain points. I already talked about how you need to do that. The second thing you need to do is to develop a clear and compelling theme. The pain points that you have identified, turn them into a theme that you can easily present during your webinar, meaning that every part of your webinar presentation, you find a way of weaving these pain points into it. So meaning that every point you make during your webinar presentation is made in conjunction, in relation to the pain points of your audience. The next thing that you need to do to ensure that you have a very compelling and engaging topic is for you to use stories and examples, storytelling. Tell stories around the pain points, tell stories around the solution that you're preferring, tell stories around your experiences when it comes to these pain points, and give examples. People relate very well with stories. People relate very well with examples, better than you just making it a very rigid form of training. And ensure that as you give the stories and examples, people are relating with it. Insider secret number 3, use interactive elements. You are not on that webinar to be strictly a teacher. While you're teaching on the webinar, understand that the interaction of your audience is very, very important as to how engaging your webinar will be. So you want to consider using interactive elements like asking questions and waiting for them to answer you, using some of the names of the people that answer your questions as you give your examples, as you make, observations and all that. You want to also use things like polls, throwing out a poll during the webinar, pushing out quizzes during the webinar. Interaction is a very key element of a webinar that will sell very well. You have to ensure that it is not dull. You have to ensure that your audience are very, very engaging. Another insider secret to hosting a successful and profitable webinar is to use psychological triggers. You want to use psychological triggers to engage and influence the audience during your live webinar. There are several psychological triggers that you can use, and I will be mentioning them in this video. The first psychological trigger you can use is scarcity. At the end of your webinar, when you are about to pitch your offer, find a way of weaving in scarcity into this. Let them know that you are not unlimited or that your products or services are not unlimited. There is a way that people think, when they think something is unlimited, then they put time to it. That is when procrastination also comes in. Okay, it's not as if it is not going to finish anytime soon. I'm going to get it later. You can use scarcity in your offerings by giving them a limited time discount or letting them know that there is a limited slot. You can also introduce a bonus that is limited. So if the products or the slots are not limited, what about introducing a bonus that is limited? Only limited number of people will get that bonus or that special offer. These are some of the ways, some of the triggers that makes people take action immediately. Some other ways of using psychological triggers are social proofs. Social proofs have a way of increasing your credibility and trust score with your audience. When you show them the kind of results and transformations that you have given your other clients, it helps them feel secured. They don't feel as if they are testing or playing a game. It solidifies the results that they are getting from you. It solidifies it for them, and this helps them to take immediate action. Another psychological trigger is the principle of authority. In the principle of authority, you want to show yourself. You want to paint yourself. You want to brag. That's the word. So don't see bragging as a very bad thing. See bragging as you showing all your achievements, showing all your credentials, showing what you are capable of doing. After all, if you don't say you are good, if you don't show them your awesomeness, who will help you do it? So please brag if you need to brag during your webinar to get the results that you desire. The fifth insider secret to hosting a successful and a profitable webinar is for you to offer valuable resources and information. I could have mentioned this before, but I am mentioning it again, that you should always lead with value. The 1 hour, the 45 minutes, the 1 hour 30 minutes that these people are going to use with you in this audience, make it worth their while, whether they take you up on your paid offer or not. Remember that the impression you're making on them right now, it is not only for the short term because you want to sell a course or you want to sell a coaching program right now. It is long term. Always think every action, every marketing action that you take as a coach or course creator, you must always think about it in the long term. So during your webinar, respect the time of your attendees. Time is very, very important. Respect their time and make sure that you do not give them fluff. Make sure that you lead with value. Make sure that you give them very usable tips, strategies, and everything you would teach them or show them on that webinar is actually going to still help them, even if they don't take you up on your paid offer. Before you go, I have a bonus insider secret for you, and that is for you to follow up with your attendees. Do not say, no, I have only the people that converted during the webinar are the people that I have to relate with going forward. No, you can actually put up some follow-up funnels, or as much as manually following up with them if your webinar was not a very big, webinar. Follow up with your attendees, ask them questions. The people that didn't take action, ask them why they did not take action. You want to know whether it is a price point issue. You want to know whether it is an issue of them not believing yet in your authority or trust. You want to know exactly, or it is an issue of time. Maybe they feel like they won't have time to commit to your offering at that particular point in time. The data you get from following up with your attendees and asking them the right questions is very, very invaluable, because this data is going to help you when you are creating another webinar funnel or any other funnel for that matter, because they are still in your audience. They are still people that you continually relate with. They are still people that you continually nurture, and prep for your next offers. So do not forget to follow up with your webinar attendees. If you explicitly follow these 5 insider secrets, I promise you that your next webinar is going to be wildly successful, because you would have taken the important parts of hosting a webinar, optimized it, and the only thing you can get after that is amazing results. Like I always say, don't listen alone. Implement. And after you have implemented this, if you have a feedback, please come back to this video and leave a comment, or follow me on Instagram at website chic and send me a DM. Thank you for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.